Good morning, beautiful people. I am here virtually in spirit to be part of this wonderful celebration between my dear friend Cassie and her beloved Ben. Today we have been asked to share in a collective flow and yoga practice to just mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically prepare for a true intention for this weekend. So if you are among Cassie's group of taking the class in person, I thank you for being there to support her physically, and ask that as you go through this practice, not necessarily to table your own progress, but think of the collective intention of the group, what has called you there together, all different places of life, and being part of Cassie's life in a different timeline. All of that collective progress and healing has somehow guided her to this very moment, which is why weddings are so beautifully and powerful, because it's one focal point for all of those different timelines and different projections to come back to center and be part of the next big milestone for her life. It is the marking of not necessarily the end of a certain part of her, but the blossoming and the flowering of a new version of herself, where we now can watch from forevermore and know that part of that, everything she creates from here on out, part of that came from this moment, this day. So sending you so much love, Cassie. Thank you for allowing me to be, one, your friend, but two, to guide you through some part of this weekend. And if I can do anything to just help align your spirit, align and connect both your mind and your body, I will feel like I had played a small part in you walking down the aisle today. So throughout this practice, we're going to be developing just some themes of trust, of faith, connection, and if you feel called to it, I ask that as you practice, you line your mats in a circle facing inward. And the inside of the center of that circle, you can have small tokens of love, of intention, oracle cards, stones, whatever would just add an element of nature and of life into your practice. So once we do that, we're going to start today in child's pose. With your knees wide and your feet coming together at the center of the mat, just effortlessly fall down into your child's pose, sinking your hips to the heels. And this is just a really passive pose for right now. So go ahead, settle into the mat. Close the eyes down if they're not already. And listen to the breath, not only your breath, but the breath of the people around you that are breathing a life into their bodies, into this group, into their personal endeavors and families, and into the collective forward progress of the couple that we're celebrating. Watch the breath as it evenly flows between the left and right halves of your torso, the front and back halves of your core, both nostrils, all the way down the throat and evenly into both lungs as we celebrate the communion of the left and right halves of our body, perfectly balancing the feminine and the masculine within us. Slowly roll up from your child's pose to tabletop position, finding your version of neutral alignment and just starting to add some rhythmic swaying in this posture. Maybe some light circles, maybe some half body stretches, some side stretching, or some cat-cow variations. There is to move or choose to spin in a certain direction, following this theme of masculine and feminine, every one of us has both sides and brings different qualities of each gift to the table when we allow full access to our internal and subtle halves. Find a neutral position in your tabletop, fingers facing forward. Press through the palms as you lift the chin and the back of the spine towards the sky. Breathing low for a few breaths into the belly. Our beautiful bride shows up today with both components, not just the traditional feminine bride, wife, woman, daughter. She also brings with her the gallant traits that she learned from the masculine role models in her life that has helped her to attract similar admirable traits in the male qualities of her husband. But she also brings to the table her own masculine qualities of hard work, loyalty, fierce friendship, and service. Tuck the toes underneath, shimmy forward so your weight is on the fingertips of the hands. Hover the knees up off the ground about 3 or 4 inches, starting to ignite power and fire within our core center. Collective breath in. As you inhale, allow the right knee to touch the mat. Inhale back to the center. As you exhale, allow the left knee to touch the mat. Inhale back to neutral. One more time, both sides. Exhale, right knee as your torso pivots to the left. Inhale back neutral. Exhale, left knee drops down. Inhale back to the center. Deeply press away from the hands, bending through the knees. Staying low as your arms straighten, flip the tailbone up towards the sky as you step into your first downward facing dog of our class. In the first down dog of the day, find your home base in this position. Feel free to move the feet, roll the shoulders, roll the neck, saying yes to the beautiful things that got you to this exact moment today. Saying yes to how we will utilize those gifts to propel our future and enrich the lives of those around us. Dropping one ear to shoulder as if saying, I don't know yet. I'm not sure, I'm contemplating. There is no fear in proper preparation. There's no failure in that stage of change. And then shaking your head no as the shoulder blades get away from the ears. Setting our boundaries firmly so that once we step over them, they are firm and we cannot regress. Inhale the heels high. Exhale, drop them back down. Inhale the heels high. Exhale, release. Look forward. Inhale the heels high. As you exhale, roll into a high plank, nice and slow until the shoulders find their home over the hands. Swaying side to side, left and right. We're keeping a dynamic rhythm in all of this practice to embody adaptation and flexibility, which is what the union of marriage will need to look like. Find yourself in the center. Bend the knees, drop the hips back, downward facing dog once more. Straighten through the legs. Big breath in. Exhale, high plank. Find a firm, strong high plank. Elbows bend to your sides. Chaturanga all the way down to the mat. Sweet surrender to the tops of the feet and the belly. Bringing the hands out wide, tent the fingers. Inhale up to cobra pose. pose. Exhale, release. This time, inhale, cobra. Look over your left shoulder, paying homage to the beautiful women in your life that have got you to this day, gifted you with skills that you will utilize forevermore. Exhale, fall. Inhale, look up over the right shoulder, acknowledging the strong, powerful, beautiful men that have supported your journey and will continue to ignite that forward progress. And fold. Bring the hands back underneath your shoulders. One strong central cobra pose. Let the shoulder blades come down the back, tops of the feet strong. Shine the heart forward, embodying both of those halves and lineages right through the center of our heart as we project that energy forward and upward. As you exhale, press to the tops of the feet, strong plank pose. Flip the toes, downward facing dog. Pedaling the feet out to feel the difference already that we're making through the back body. Drop the knees down, keep the toes tucked. Walk your elbows forward, bringing the hands into prayer pose. Maybe you need a little bit more forward space as you sink the hips back to this high puppy posture. Stretching both of the arch and underneath the shoulders. Touching the fingertips to the ground. Big breath in. Exhale, pull the thumb all the way back to the spine. Inhale, touch forward through the pinky fingers. Exhale, bring the hands all the way back, touch your spine. Sink into this final expression. Hold here. In prayer pose, we can feel the pads of the fingers touching 5 pairs of hands, beautifully representing the left and right halves of our body. In your puppy pose, take the time to set a small prayer of gratitude using each finger. So go through 5 things that you are grateful for in this moment and in this life. Slowly drop the palms to the ground, release to the tops of the feet, sit back on the hips, and just one vertebra at a time, slide all the way up to an easy sitting posture. Shoulder blades roll open down the back, palms face forward, slightly tuck the chin, tall back of the neck. Press to the tops of the feet as you lift yourself up into kneeling pose. The hips gently press forward. Keep the eyes closed. Stay fluid and fierce at the same time. Bringing the hands to heart center, touching the thumbs to your sternum. One more proud chest, look up towards the ceiling, breath in. As you exhale, bring the hands out and around, prepping for camel pose. Fingers pace down the back, open through the chest, strong and proud. Breathe in once more. As you exhale, hips press forward, strong tops of the feet as you trust those around you to support you as you fall into your modified or full expression of camel pose. Close the eyes down if you're feeling unsure. Trust the sensations of your body, the sounds of breath around you, and any natural sounds. One hand at a time, come back to your spine as you stand up proud. Bend the knees right back into child's pose. Surrender the head to the mat, hugging both hands behind the hips. Roll your shoulder blades, squeeze one arch at a time. Stay low, but release your hands forward into child's pose and walk them over to the left for a full side body stretch on the right. Turning your gaze up underneath the arm. If you need more, right hand can come behind the back. Bring your right hand to meet the left as you walk them over across the mat, switching sides. Strong through the left side body stretch. Left hand can come behind the back. So wherever you feel this posture speak to you the most. Add your own tweaks and turns and special effects. Release the left hand in line with the right hand. Walk your hands back to the center of the mat. Slowly roll to your tabletop position. Find a neutral posture once more as we tuck the toes underneath. Press back, downward facing dog. Strong foundation through our female embodiment on the left side. Right heel comes up towards the sky. Peek under, toes are facing down, but then let the toes turn open and face the right side of your mat. Bend that right knee, stack the hips, look forward, maybe drop the left forearm down to the ground. Pressing strong through the left heel as your right knee pulses open towards the sky. Step one is pressing straight back up with the left hand, bringing the right foot in line with the left, switching sides. Powerful masculine aspect of our body, strengthening through the right heel as we lift the effortless feminine left heel up towards the sky, toes facing downward. Look forward as you drop your right elbow to the ground and bend your left knee. Stack open the hips. Releasing tension through the neck. Maybe some lion's breath if you're building up too much action through the jaw and the face. Push the right heel as your left knee shoots towards the sky. Straightening through the right elbow, left leg comes into alignment with the right foot. Look forward, inhale, the heels come high. As you exhale, bend the knees, step or hop all the way to the front of your mat. Find yourself in a forward fold. Swaying in this fold, bring the hips over the heels, maybe needing to bend through the knees as you caress the back of your body. Offering your own self-support right now and soothing comfort. As you come down towards the calves, maybe you get a little bit deeper each time in your fold. If you feel called to support yourself from the sides of your body or the front of your legs, maybe even the glutes and low back, add this flowing self-massage. One more time, as you pass the knees, try to straighten the legs a little bit more, falling exposing all that extra energy towards the top of your head and letting it just wash off you like water towards the ground. Flicking the sitting bones up towards the ceiling, interlace your hands and opposite elbow. Use that top weight to sway you from side to side. Coming back to center, bending the knees deeply, slowly rising up to chair pose. In our chair pose, shoot the hands either forward overhead, keeping them at heart center, or letting them fall behind you, palms face down. Wherever you are, have a strong back at the neck, bring the ribs in alignment with the hips. Release through the fingertips and the toes, we're not building too much tension. Feel the difference of swaying from side to side shifting the weight to one foot and the other foot. Shifting the weight from heels to toes. How the subtle adaptation can ignite a certain part of us or awaken a certain stabilizing system that we didn't know we needed or had. Bringing hands to heart, press into standing mountain, pushing the hips forward, rolling the shoulders back. Inhale, extend your mountain. Exhale, cactus arms, baby back bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale, twist right elbow to left knee, twisted chair. Right knee comes back into alignment so it's matching the left knee. Flip the sitting bones high. Close the eyes down if they're not already. Straightening the arms, pressing the right tricep into the outside of the left knee, using the heart center to twist. Slowly rewind, come back to chair pose on your breath in. Exhale, twist to the right, left elbow comes to the outside of the right knee. Left knee back in alignment with the right knee. Straightening both arms, using that left tricep as a bind to connect with the outside of your right knee. Unwind as you inhale, chair pose, shoot the arms forward. Exhale, fly onto the toes as the arm comes behind you, airplane arms. Inhale, drop the heels, chair pose. Exhale, fly off your throne. Inhale, sit, chair pose last time. Exhale, forward fold. Release all your worries into the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. You can walk or hop back. High to low plank. Drop to the tops of the feet as you inhale, strong cobra or upward facing. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale the right heel towards the sky. Exhale, look forward, step in between the hands, rise up, crescent pose. Both feet are facing forward, strong palms, elbows and thumbs pulling back towards the back of your mat. Few breaths in your crescent pose. Acknowledging which cycle we are in. Cycle of the moon, cycle within our own body, cycle of the day, the tide, the season, the cycle of our life. Bring hands to heart center, hinge forward at the hips, breath in. As you exhale, left knee floats up to chest, 90 degrees. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale to dancer's pose. So left leg is going to come behind you, looking for the inside of the ankle as you walk your hand to support the ankle. Kick lightly into the hand. Bend your standing right leg. Look forward as you start to hinge forward. Then the back leg rises. Maybe gaze is forward, pretending to hold a glass, toasting your bride and groom. Slow and controlled, release back knee to chest, breath in. Exhale, guide the foot to tree pose, either above the knee or below the knee, pressing into your stance leg. Balance challenge to close your eyes down. Inhaling the hands back up as the knee comes to 90 degrees. Breath in. Exhale, float back to your original crescent pose, landing left foot behind you. Breath in, hands overhead. Exhale, open to warrior two. So bend through the front knee on the right. Sink into this warrior two. Strong arms as if you're pressing down against water. Remembering that everything around us is vibrating and buzzing with life. There is no empty space, which lifts us and guides us, supports us to never feel alone or isolated. Drop your right elbow, side angle pose, left arm either towards the sky or extending forwards, looking up towards the sky, acknowledging the heavens and thanking them for the gift of today and the beautiful people around you. Inhaling to reverse warrior, peaceful warrior. Using all of the gifts and absorbing the magnificence of your faith. As you exhale, humble warrior to the inside of the knee, surrendering, bowing to that source. Unwind the hands, drop them to frame the foot, pivot your back foot, and go through a vinyasa flow. Breath in, high to low plank. Exhale as you lower through cobra pose, breath in. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Strong right foot, inhale your left heel towards the sky. Exhale, step through to crescent pose. Both feet facing forward as you inhale, rise up in crescent. Exhale, sink deeply into it. Tuck the ribs over your pelvis. Elbows press back with the thumbs. As you inhale, shift your weight forward, hinging at the hips. Exhale, press through as you lift your right knee to chest at 90 degrees, pulling the shoulder blades back, flexing the toes, strong left leg. Inhale, both hands towards your head. As you exhale, reach the right hand behind for dancer's pose on the opposite side. Hand comes inside the ankle. I always keep a little bend through your stance leg as you start to pivot forward. Once you find your focal point and your expression, straighten through both legs, kicking into the hand as evenly as you are pulling, giving just as much as you take. Again, cheers, toast to our bride or groom, sending a little love and prayer their way. Slow and controlled, releasing as that knee comes back to 90 degrees. And then exhale, guiding it into tree pose on the opposite side. Above or below the knee, pressing the hips forward, opening through the chest. Hands can be whatever expression seems right for you today. Either closing the palms on your chest to reserve and conserve, or open the palms forward to offer and absorb. Maybe lifting the hands up to incorporate the heavens into today and this weekend. You are the connection between the earth and heaven. Imagine your body as this vibrating electric conductor of those energies, harnessing that glory through every step. chest on your breath in. Exhale, slow and controlled, stepping behind you into your crescent pose once more. Hands rise overhead, breath in. Exhale, open into warrior two on the opposite side. Maybe step a little bit deeper into this so the bend in the front knee is strong. Pressing into the arms, reaching evenly forward as you are pulling from your past so you can feel present and focused and alert. Inhale where you are. Exhale, drop your left knee, your elbow to knee, side angle pose, either arm above head or facing forward. Breath in, reverse your warrior, peaceful warrior, looking up towards the heavens, but staying strong in the front leg. Saying a little prayer. And then pulling that response into your heart as you embody and surrender humble service and warrior. Bowing your head to the inside of the front knee, arms extend towards the ceiling. Looking to frame the front foot, release the hands, pivot your right foot in line, go through a vinyasa flow. Inhale, exhale, high to low plank, flip the feet upward, facing dog or cobra. Exhale, strong plank through downward facing dog. 3 breaths in your down dog. Inhale your right heel towards the sky. Exhale, tap right elbow with the right knee. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, tap the same elbow, but bring the shin to the left wrist, setting up for pigeon pose. Walking yourself back into your variation of pigeon. If this is uncomfortable for you today, you can lean over to the right a little bit or bring the shin closer to home, trying to keep the left hip facing forward. Staying tall on the hands, good pressure on the top of the left foot. Get an inch taller and just breathe tall. Filling up the core and chest to stay buoyant and light. A good reminder of how to view the events of this weekend. Things may be out of our control, but with the right mindset and the right support, everything is possible. Slowly lowering yourself into a deeper expression of pigeon pose. You can come down to the forearms, walk down to the hands, or stay up high. Wherever version that you are called to, go ahead and sink into that. As long as you can breathe. If you are in that circle formation with your eyes closed, using your third eye, your mind's eye, scan the group of people that are creating this circle. You're not scanning to judge. You're scanning with gratitude and thanking them for being present and showing up today, a day that is so important for your friend or family member. Recognizing all the different gifts that those people bring with them, intangible gifts, precious gifts. And although this day is solely surrounding the love and accomplishments of 2 people, their unity provides hope puts a face to maybe the dreams or goals of many others. Slowly walking your hands back up out of pigeon pose. Press up to tented fingertips as you then bend the elbows, tuck the back toe, and find yourself in a high plank. You should feel pretty light and energized right now. So we're going to roll open to a side plank on the left. Right hand down, left arm open towards the ceiling. Imagine someone is lifting you up towards the sky with that top hand. Rolling back to high plank. Bend the knees, sitting up towards your downward facing dog once more. Inhale the left heel towards the sky. Exhale, tap left knee to left elbow. Inhale, kick up. Exhale, tap the same elbow once more, but bring the ankle to the opposite wrist as we set up for pigeon on the second side. Walking yourself back with the back foot, bringing the hands close to your body so you can stay tall and supported. If this is uncomfortable for you, bring the shin closer towards your core, making sure the right hip is turned to face the front of your mat. Slowly walking to your version of pigeon pose. This side could be completely different. You have the options to stay on your forearms, maybe add some twisting rotation, or falling all the way down onto your forehead to surrender into the final posture. On the opposite side of pigeon, we acknowledge that the union of two humans in love getting married offers just a sense of hope. In the words of a favorite musical of both Cassie and mine, to the groom, to the bride, to the hope that you provide, take this time to watch and observe, just through some memories that you have of Cassie or Ben, and how all those beautiful synchronicities led them to each other to this day. And in watching that faith unravel, what hope does that offer your own life and your own journey? Reel all of that love and that faith and that promise back into your heart center as you breathe life into that goal and trusting that it will manifest. As you walk your hands back up to tented fingertips, press through the arms and the legs to get an inch taller, breathing in. As you exhale, lean forward, tuck the back toes underneath so you can press up into a high plank posture. Switching sides with our side plank, rolling over to the left hand, let the right arm extend towards the sky. Your bottom knee can be down, whatever variation you're feeling for this last posture. Coming back to your high plank, you have the opportunity to go through one more flowing vinyasa sequence, or meeting us back in child's pose. Once in child's pose, sitting back deeply on the heels and letting yourself fully surrender into the mat. Closing the eyes down, following your breath as we did in the beginning of class. Are you more conscious of your breath or of the breath of those around you? Breathe life into the more tense spots of your face, jaw, hips, and back. Embodying the symbology of this pose and remembering to stay childlike in the sense of wonder and awe as we gaze and observe the world around us. Pulling your attention back to the contents of your own mat or yoga space. Use the mind's eye to scan an outline of your body. Make a self-promise or intention to allow the contents within that space to approach and invite as much nourishment as they truly need to be successful, to grow and support others as well. Now, to not be afraid to ask for help. To welcome change, to welcome progress, new styles of communication, the evolution of ourselves, working towards higher versions of love and light. As gently and as calmly as possible, start to walk yourself out of this child's pose, coming up to an easy sit or high kneeling posture. And just relaxing, your eyes closed down, your hands heavy, resting on your chest or your lap. In any type of energetic practice like this, you may feel a sense of swaying or buzzing as the rhythm of your heart and the breath in your lungs creates a beat that collectively everyone in your group, everyone in your class is feeling at the same time. When we practice something mindful like yoga or breathing or meditation, we are acutely aware of these physical sensations. But even when we are not focused on them, they are still there. They are still thriving and guiding us. So during the ceremony today, the reception today, try to be mindful of that collective rhythm. To close this sacred space, bring your hands to heart center, touching your thumbs to your sternum. Roll the shoulder blades back as you sit tall. Inhale, both hands overhead. Exhale, back to heart center. One more time. Inhale, overhead. Exhale, hands back to heart. Thank you so much for letting me guide you today in this practice. I am just a humble participant